You're listening to Swift News, your daily news briefing in just 10 minutes. This is episode 73, and it's July 15, 2025. Let's get into today's stories. Welcome to this deep dive. We're here to really unpack today's most important headlines. Our mission, really, is to cut through all the noise, get to the core insights, maybe some surprising facts from the day, and just help you make sense of, well, this incredibly fast-moving world we're in.
Exactly. And the idea for you listening is to go beyond just knowing what happened. We want to try and connect those dots, show you why these different global events actually matter and, how they might ripple out and potentially impact your own life.
Okay, let's start then. We've got a pretty complex picture, I think, with global tensions, but maybe also a glimmer of hope. In Syria, a ceasefire, it's been secured in Sweden, but this was after clashes that tragically led to 100 deaths. So it's a fragile moment, definitely, but maybe some hope for peace there.
It is fragile. And it's interesting how quickly that kind of fragile peace can be, tested. Because if you look just slightly wider regionally, you have Israel's recent strikes on Syrian targets. That immediately escalates things.
Right.
It's just a stark reminder, isn't it, how interconnected and frankly volatile that whole area is. One action can just unravel any progress.
Yeah, snaps you back to reality.
Yeah.
And shifting focus slightly, another area of tension, Australia's Prime Minister Albanese. He directly slammed China's recent naval drills, pointed out they were causing significant disruption to flights across the Pacific.
And you can sort of see a pattern here, maybe tightening borders, security concerns,
Yeah.
particularly in Europe. Look at Finland. They just made a pretty big move banning Russian and Belarusian property purchases, citing security concerns. It's a clear signal, about national security, maybe a growing divide.
Definitely feels like the lines are being drawn more sharply. But, okay, amidst all these tensions, there was a genuinely uplifting global story. The return of Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla. Fantastic news. Landed safely after 18 days up on the International Space Station. That felt like a moment of just universal pride, human achievement.
Absolutely. A welcome bit of good news.
So let's pivot now
Yeah.
to the economic landscape. We're seeing some really fascinating shifts here. And here's a standout for innovation. Bengaluru. It's now ranked as Asia's third largest tech hub, just behind Singapore and Tokyo. That's huge. Shows how innovation can just flourish, sometimes in unexpected places.
It really does. And what's striking is how that kind of, explosive growth in a place like Bengaluru contrasts with some pretty significant economic headwinds elsewhere, like China's economy. It's noticeably slowing down. And a lot of that seems to be a direct impact of U.S. tariffs, which are really hitting consumer spending over there. And those effects, they ripple out global supply chains. It affects us all, really.
Right, that interconnectedness again. Okay,
Right.
looking at the market specifically, the NASDAQ, it actually soared to a new high.
Yeah.
And that seems largely pushed by NVIDIA's impressive AI chip rally. Big news for tech investors.
It is, but, you always see that balance, right? That surge in tech. Well, it's kind of balanced by volatility elsewhere, especially in crypto. Look at Bitcoin. Dipped below $117,000 recently.
After that huge rally.
Exactly, after breaking records. It just highlights the swings you see in digital assets. Highly susceptible to profit-taking, shifts in sentiment.
Always a roller coaster. And on a more critical note, unfortunately, the ongoing Air India crash probe. It's now pointing towards a fuel system failure, which obviously raises some very serious questions about air travel safety. Some of it impacts how safe we all feel when flying.
Yeah, that's definitely concerning. It needs thorough investigation.
Okay, let's lighten the mood slightly. Move into the world of sports. Some thrilling victories to talk about. India's cricket team. They clinched a win in the fourth test against England. And Shubman Gill's century was key there. Great match for cricket fans.
Absolutely, nail-biter, as you said. And sticking with sports, on the football pitch, Ghana's men's team, they've secured their qualification for the 2026 World Cup.
Fantastic.
Yeah, huge moment for them. National pride, celebration. Great to see that kind of athletic excellence on the world stage.
Definitely. Okay, shifting gears again into culture. Bit of fun first. Did you happen to try the NYT Connections puzzle, number 764?
Ah, the word puzzle.
Yeah, that one apparently stumped quite a few people.
Yeah.
Had gymnastics-themed word groups. Tricky.
I might have to check that one out later. But, that brings us maybe to a more serious cultural conversation. The YouTuber Samay Raina, he recently appeared before India's National Commission for Women, the NCW. It was over claims of offensive content.
Right, I saw headlines about that.
And it's really sparked a broader discussion, hasn't it, about the boundaries of comedy, free expression online. Where exactly is that line drawn? It's an ongoing debate.
It really is, constantly evolving. All right, let's turn now to some pretty pressing environmental realities.
Yeah.
Turkey's wheat harvest, it's fallen significantly this year, below 18 million tons. And that's mainly due to severe drought. It has immediate, quite concerning implications for, global food security.
Yeah, that's a serious issue. And it's not just Turkey, is it? We're
Right.
seeing these urgent resource problems pop up globally. Think about Mallorca. Grappling with a severe water crisis, they had their driest June since 1961.
Wow, since 61.
And then look at Chennai. Air quality worsening so much it's actually prompted school closures.
Chicken closures.
Yeah, it shows how directly these environmental challenges hit daily life, public health. It's not abstract.
No, it's very real. But okay, amidst these challenges, there was also scientific progress, a glimpse of hope, an AI-powered diabetes monitor. It achieved an impressive 95% accuracy in trials.
95%, that's remarkable.
Isn't it? Could really brighten the future for health management.
Yeah.
Big potential for personalized care there.
Definitely something positive to focus on.
Okay, let's wrap things up today with some, I think, truly inspiring stories
Yeah.
about the human spirit, ingenuity. First, in Hyderabad, a teacher there has empowered 500 rural women through a literacy program.
That's incredible.
It really is. Just a powerful example of how education genuinely transforms lives, not just individuals, but whole communities.
Absolutely. And speaking of ingenuity, in Bengaluru again, a young engineer, his eco-friendly battery startup, it just secured global funding.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great example of young innovators not just dreaming, but actually doing. Tackling global challenges with real purpose, developing tangible solutions.
Love to see that. And one more story, this one about practical impact, from Ghana, a farmer's solar irrigation system. It's significantly boosted crop yields there.
Simple but effective. Scally. It's not always about massive tech breakthroughs. Sometimes it's about applying existing tech smartly, improving food security right there at the local level. Grassroots innovation.
It really makes a difference on the ground. So as you think about all these different pieces we've talked about today, the fragile ceasefires, the economic shifts, those personal triumphs, the environmental pressures, maybe consider how they aren't really separate things. They're all interconnected threads, right, in this, well, rich tapestry of our world. What deeper story do you think starts to emerge when you try connecting those dots for yourself?
That's a really powerful thought to leave everyone with. We certainly hope this deep dive helped you grasp some of the core insights, maybe a few surprising facts from today's headlines. Stay curious, definitely stay informed, and yeah, always look for those deeper connections in the world around you, understanding the nuances. It really is a powerful shortcut to being truly well-informed.